How to solve a Cryptogram Classics puzzle, or any cryptogram. First, we need to know the rules of the puzzle. With any cryptogram, each letter A to Z is paired with another letter, A to Z, to create the code. But first, lowercase and accented letters are converted to their unaccented capital versions. In Cryptogram Classics puzzles, however, lowercase letters are displayed as small caps instead. This preserves the original capitalization, giving clues to counter the otherwise high difficulty. Cryptogram Classics also allows you to know the source of the original text. Our puzzle is the first puzzle from Cryptogram Classics, Frankenstein, Part 1. To start, we first need to look at one-letter words, and for any numbers or punctuation clues. Then we will need to look at words between 2 and 5 letters long, noting double letters, and trying to find th, as well as keeping an eye out for other patterns like ing. We want to start with one-letter words, because in English there are only 2. Although, you may see O spelled as only the letter O, or single-digit Roman numerals. Let's mark all the one-letter words in the puzzle. We found 2, Z and C. So we know that Z and C in the puzzle have to be either I or A, but how do we know which is which? Because this is a Cryptogram Classics puzzle, we can just check the capitalization of Z and C. In English, I should always be capitalized, but A shouldn't be in most cases. In the puzzle, both Z's are capitalized but neither C is. So Z is our encoded I, and C equals A. For number and punctuation clues, we don't have many in this puzzle. Let's briefly review how these can be helpful for future puzzles. Since only A to Z is encoded, we can leverage the numbers and punctuation we still see for clues. Numbers appear as dates, years, measurements, cardinal numbers, or a count of something. Dates are common and especially useful. In dates like these examples, the day and the dates give us 2 letters by themselves. Other cardinal numbers are the same but less common. Dates also give us a month. If the month is written out in full, we can narrow the list of possibilities. In the example, a 5-letter month must be either April or March. A huge help in punctuation clues are apostrophes. Unfortunately, we don't have any of them either. But let's review them anyway, for future puzzles. In English, apostrophes are used to mark either a contraction or the possession of an item. A single letter after an apostrophe must be an S, D, T, or M. Further, the M can only be from the contraction of I am, and T must be from the contraction of not. The double of a letter after an apostrophe must be 2 L's, the contraction of will. Where 2 different letters after an apostrophe must be a contraction of either are or have. The punctuation clue we do have is a title. We can be pretty sure it's a title because it is 2 letters before a period and is capitalized. It also is in front of a capitalized word. While YT in our puzzle could be Dr. or Mr. Mr. is slightly more likely, so we'll try it out first. Now let's find all the 2-letter words. I will mark each with a colored dot on our puzzle. These are the 10 2-letter words in our puzzle. We need to find the 3, 4, and 5-letter words before we continue with these. Now, let's find the 3-letter words. I will mark each with a colored line on our puzzle. These are the 5 3-letter words in our puzzle. Let's continue. Time to find the 4-letter words. I will mark them with a colored line that bends upwards at the end. These are the 6 4-letter words in the puzzle. Let's continue so we can get back to solving. The 5-letter words will be marked with a colored line that starts with a curve at the beginning. Here are the 6 5-letter words in our puzzle. Now let's bring back all the words we found and their markings. We need to see it all together. Let's quickly find and note any double letters, in case it helps us later. Finding th is our next step. Many 3 to 5-letter words have T or H, or both. FBV occurs 6 times, and both F and B are showing up in other words, as well as together in FBZX. So let's try FBV equals the, and FBZV equals this. This is looking good. Let's see what we have. I think we have enough to go ahead and accept those two, as well as BCX equals has and XBCQQ equals shall. I am going to reject YT equals Mr. after seeing CIY and how I appears in other words. That leaves us here. We have a lot of words we can guess. Let's try some out. That looks to be a great choice. Let's look at what we can see. Those seem to work great in our puzzle. Let's accept them. That puts us here. It looks like we have found our C, Y, and W. Only two of our found words are still incomplete. Let's clean up our puzzle and look at the whole thing before we accept any more letters as true. Here's our full puzzle with what we know in green. With this I am ready to accept these three letters. That puts us here. We have enough to finish the puzzle. So many words we can see despite their few missing letters. That's it, we're all done. Don't worry about the missing letters, they weren't in the puzzle. Let's check our puzzle's key against the puzzle's answer key. A is encoded as C. B is encoded as N. C is encoded as U. D is encoded as Y. E is encoded as V. F is encoded as G. G is encoded as P. H is encoded as B. I is encoded as Z. L is encoded as Q. M is encoded as A. N is encoded as I. O is encoded as D. P is encoded as W. R is encoded as T. S is encoded as X. T is encoded as F. U is encoded as O. V is encoded as E. W is encoded as H. Y is encoded as R. Our puzzle is done and correct. I hope you now try out some more puzzles on your own. You can find Cryptogram Classics on megaventure.com, both print and digital editions.